Well, velocity time graphs are one of the very important types of graphs in kinematics. They actually serve two purposes. We can calculate the average acceleration and also of course instantaneous acceleration, but mostly we calculate average acceleration and displacement. So these are the two important informations we get from this idea. Let us see something more. How to calculate the average acceleration? Now the velocity time graph is like this. Let's assume that this is the velocity time graph. So at instant time t1 the velocity is v1, and at an instant time t2 the velocity is v2. Then you notice that average acceleration is nothing but the change in velocity. What is change in velocity? v2 minus v1. That's right. And the time interval is t2 minus t1. Thus the average acceleration is given by this equation. If I want the magnitude, I can put the modulus symbol, and that is written here. Many a times I can use the same curve to get the instantaneous acceleration also. For example, if I consider the point say O, or say point O dash, assume that I want the instantaneous acceleration at this point, then I will draw a tangent at that point, and this tangent subtends an angle theta with the time axis. Then we can also calculate instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration A is the slope of Vt graph, and clearly that is equal to tan theta. So the first point is we get the information regarding average velocity and the average acceleration and the instantaneous acceleration. The second information is about the displacement. The area under the velocity time graph gives the displacement. Area above the x-axis is taken as positive, and the area below the x-axis is taken negative, and we add all the areas to find the resultant displacement. For example, let me consider a simple case. Let us assume that here is a Vt graph. This is velocity and this is time. Let's assume that the journey of the particle is like this. At the beginning its velocity increases, then the velocity remains constant for some time, then the velocity decreases for a while, and assume that it remains constant and the velocity becomes negative, something like this, and finally the velocity becomes 0. So I am considering various intervals here. Which intervals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 intervals, you notice. Now if I want to find out the displacement of the particle, if I want to find out the resultant displacement of the particle, then what I will do is I will find out each area and I will add them. Now look at this.